What's happening, tennis world, play your court community? Today I'm going to show you a really cool, easy to follow hack on how to improve or even learn the slice backhand. So we know on the slice backhand, it's something that we need, especially for us two-handers out there that have a limited reach on the far ends of the court. We don't have the ability to reach and get that space, right? We all need the ability to use the slice backhand in some shape or form, whether it's breaking up tempo, sending probes. There's a number of reasons why you want them, all right? But so what often happens, something that I see quite a bit, are players struggling with the continental grip on the slice backhand, and what they end up doing is they're just operating too much inside the ball or on their slice. So what that means is that they're actually getting under the ball. Instead of getting this surface area more behind the ball, they're getting under the ball and they're floating it, and they just don't have great control. So therefore they don't trust it and they don't necessarily know how to use it other than to defend and maybe bail out. We're gonna learn how to knife it though, and one of the easiest hacks to use is to actually start with an Eastern backhand grip. So the traditional continental grip has your index knuckle and the heel pad on bevel 2. Now there's variations of this. We see the Australian continental grip because when you take a look at the bevel, there's a decent amount of room here, a little bit less than an inch. So there's some variance to where your index knuckle and bevel may lie. On the Eastern backhand, what I actually want to do, it's almost as if I'm making a fist and I'm grabbing the racket from behind, and therefore now my index knuckle is still on bevel 2, but teetering towards bevel 1, but my heel pad, as you can see here, is sitting behind the racket now. So the reason the Eastern backhand grip is helpful for a slice is it really controls the parameters in which the slice can operate. It's the same thing on a backhand volley. If you're struggling with control of the backhand volley, a great learning tool is to start more towards the Eastern backhand and volley from here. You can see it forces the butt cap forward. It doesn't allow me to get too loose when the continental grip. You can see here there's some ulnar deviation with the wrist. I can get real loose due to that ulnar deviation and the mobility. The Eastern backhand limits that. All right, so the plane in which I want to operate in is I still want the same fundamentally sound backhand to where the racket head is up, my elbow is up, and I'm holding the racket from here, and then I'm going to drive the racket down. I want the blade of the racket, playing with the blade, I want the blade of the racket to operate down so that the butt cap goes to the right. So working from that Eastern backhand grip, I have more control on the length of the stroke. At the end of the day, what we want with our slice backhand is to be able to form a U. So as the racket is coming forward, and remember on the slice, the contact's gonna be a little bit closer to you. We don't want contact way out in front like we would on traditional topspin stroke. We want it a little bit tighter, and then from here, we're working into a U. So if I face you, showing you the U, me showing you the U, it gets confusing, right? But from here, I want to make sure that as I slice, my racket is working out to that U. So I go down the slide and then it works to that U, right? Racket tip finishes either down and occasionally up, depending on whether you're trying to float the slice and give it some depth or really knife it. And that Eastern backhand grip allows you to feel this because the arm locks out early, as opposed to the continental grip, to where I can get way out here before the arm locks out. And you can tell that's much different than it working here. The stroke is much shorter, making contact closer to me. So in time, what we want to do, this is a learning tool. And if it works for you, great, stay with that grip. But in time, what we want is to be able to play with the heel pad. So if the index knuckle stays on bevel 2, I want to start playing with what the heel pad is doing. Whether it's staying over on bevel 2, the hardest way to slice, or it starts working back behind the grip, which is going to make the parameters of that slice much easier. All right, and so from there, when you get that feel, you can truly start feeling safe because the slice is controlled. Plenty of bite, can be offensive or defensive. So remember, finding the correct grip is more than just where your index knuckle is. It's also your heel pad. So play with that. Start with the Eastern backhand grip and then start playing where that heel pad goes until you find a true comfort in the grip that you have for the slice backhand, whether it's a continental that starts listing towards an Eastern backhand or if it's a true continental grip. Hope this video helped an absolute ton. If it did, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you never want to miss our video. And if you have any questions, any comments, throw those in the comments. I'm always in there. It's always me answering, always happy to help. I will see you next time.